Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this video we're going to be talking about some of the Hasbro Marvel reveals that were shown at San Diego Comic-Con. Now I was not there, so most of these photos came from Toy Arc, and then some of them actually came from a buddy of mine who was able to get some photos for me. So unfortunately I couldn't go, but I still want to talk about this stuff with you guys, so let me know what your thoughts are on some of these things in the comment section below. The first one we're going to talk about is Songbird, and I don't really care about the character, but the figure itself looks really cool. I like the paint job, I like the color scheme, I like the wings, I like the shoulder pads. It's just a matter of how well these things get executed. And that's normally the case for Hasbro products. They don't have a problem with design, they have a problem executing. So if they're willing to spend a little bit of extra money and give us a high quality execution, then I think we're in for some pretty good reveals, and this is a good one for sure. Unfortunately, there are some bad ones, and we get another Black Bolt, which I just don't see us needing it. Yes, he's got like a different face where his mouth is glowing blue, and he's got the thing coming off of his thing on his head, but we still have those same crazy bad wings and same generic body, and it's just going to be another blah release, especially since we already got a Black Bolt like this. I just personally don't have any interest in another one, but I'll be reviewing it for you guys as usual. The next one is a Namor figure. Now they showed this image, which is like the official press release, which is basically the same figure as the one they had on display, except the one on display had a beard. So I don't know if there's going to be a variant or if he's going to come with two heads or what, but it looks like it's pretty much just the Bucky Cap body with some underwear and a whole lot of skin tone. So we'll see. If you need a naked Namor, then you're going to get one. If you don't, then you're going to get one anyway. The next one we're going to talk about is Venom Pool, which looks like it's pretty much just going to be reused parts with a new paint job. And so I guess that's okay if you really want a Venom Pool figure. He's got kind of like a lightsaber-y type sword, but otherwise I'm thinking those are the superior Venom tentacles. So I don't know. It looks like a whole lot of kit bashing, but I guess it's okay. It's not bad, it's just nothing special really. The next thing to talk about is Cable, which I'm pretty psyched for. We need a good, fairly classic Cable, and that's what this is. I'm a little bit concerned just because he's reusing at least part of the body from existing figures like Nuke, and so based on this image there's some proportion issues, like his head looks kind of big in relation to the other thing. So again, it's going to come down to execution, but this stands to be the best Hasbro Marvel Legends figure in a very long time, so it's kind of exciting. Next one is another Deadpool. This is supposed to be like the classic Deadpool, but he's got kind of a different harness. So I don't know what technically the deal is with this. It's supposed to be 90s Deadpool, I guess, but I guess it mostly is. But it looks kind of good. It looks like it could be good anyway. It's built on a body we've seen a few times now, which has some issues, but mostly good things. So could this be the best Deadpool ever? It wouldn't be that hard to do, so it's very possible. And we're just going to have to wait and see. I'm not sure about the gray harnesses and pouches, though. Next up is Deathlock, which I'm very happy about since I never got the original one for my collection. I had one at one point, but got rid of it. So now I have a chance. And this one looks way better than the other one, so I'm very psyched about this one. It looks like it's going to have some new parts, and again, it's going to come down to execution, but it has a very good chance of being a really high quality figure, so pretty exciting to see this one. And then we have a Domino figure, which we haven't had one in a long time, and this looks like it's going to be reusing a lot of parts that we've already seen, so that's kind of a bummer, but it does work for the character, so I'm looking forward to it. The old Domino figure is definitely dated, so this will be a nice addition to the collection, especially since she's going to be in the new Deadpool movie. Let's not get into that discussion, but it'll be nice to get this character again in a contemporary design, so that's pretty cool. Then we have X-23, which looks way better in this promo shot than it did on display. It has all kinds of proportion issues, and it just looks like a very half-assed figure. In this picture, it looks really good, but in this picture, it looks very bad. So I guess we're just going to have to wait and see, cross our fingers, and hope it turns out to be a decent figure. Kind of interesting is they're giving us an army builder pack, which is just two different Hydra figures, and they're going to be coming with a ton of stuff. You can see in the promo shot here, you can kind of tell what parts they're going to be reusing, which is fine. But in this other shot, which is actually the package display of these guys, assuming it gets released, we've seen this happen before, but I'm guessing it will, you're going to be able to get a whole lot of stuff for presumably the price of two figures. So that's pretty cool. I like that they're including some army building stuff again. Not that I army build, but I know a lot of you guys do, so it's pretty cool. And then for a customizer, this is kind of awesome. If anybody wants to explain the Taskmaster head with the Hydra coloring, please do so. I'm curious about that. And I don't think, well, maybe I could Google it. I don't know. It's kind of a specific thing. Then we got to see Mysterio, which I'm very happy to see. I've always liked the design for Mysterio. I would have really preferred to see one that was based more on the 90s cartoon, but I know that's a little specific and probably not the general consensus. But this one looks like it's going to be really good. Definitely a step up from the original one, though I do think the original one is a little bit underrated. This looks like it's going to be a very nice replacement. He's got some effect parts and lots of new molding, it looks like, so should be a pretty cool figure. Then we got to see Spider-Punk, which I'm guessing a lot of people are excited for. To me, I don't know. I don't know if this is an important character or not. I'd never heard of it before they revealed this. So then I Googled it, and it is like an established character. I'm just not that familiar with it. I'm curious if it is like a main Spider-Man version or if it's just something like an offshoot or what. You guys can let me know. But it looks like it's going to be a good figure, and that's what's important, I guess. And then we have a Build-A-Figure for Lizard, which I'm very excited about because this thing looks fantastic. It looks perfect. I mean, I can't think of anything I would change on it. I like it a whole bunch. It looks really good, so I'm excited for this one. I can't wait to build this one, assuming it's executed well. Again, I probably shouldn't have to even say that, but you guys understand. If it's done well, this is going to be a really cool figure. The next thing they showed is Lasher, which looks pretty much like a generic body with lots of repaint and maybe new tentacles. Those look different than the ones we saw before, I think. Maybe these are the ones from Superior Venom. I think the other one was from Agent Venom. I think that's the case, but either way, it's nice to have Lasher finally. It's going to look cool on a shelf, and maybe they're going to flesh out all of these different symbiotes, so that'd be really cool. I'm excited for that, if they do a good job on the paint. Again. And then we got to see Gwenpool, which looks like it may be the best figure they're going to put out this year. She and Cable are probably going to be tied for that, because it's got a fair amount of accessories, a whole lot of detail, and a whole lot of fun factor to it. It's going to be a weird thing to have on the shelf at the toy store because you're going to have a bunch of grown men buying this female figure with short shorts and pink and white. But, you know, hey, it looks like a good figure. So good luck all you guys that do your hunting and shopping at brick and mortar stores. Have fun going through the cash register with that one. Then we get to see a Medusa figure, which says it's an exclusive. I don't know what kind of exclusive this is, especially since the last Medusa was also an exclusive. So I'm curious how this is going to work out. She was, right? The last one? Pretty sure. I'd have to check, but I don't know where this is going to be. But it looks mostly like the same figure with a couple little tweaks in here and there. So it'll be good if you didn't get one, and if you did get one, you can get another. We also saw another exclusive, which is Mr. Stretchy Arms, and this looks like it's going to use some existing parts and obviously some new ones, so I'm okay with that though. I mean, he doesn't have a particularly unique body other than the stretchiness, so I'm fine with reused parts. It looks like it's going to be decent. Hopefully it's the same color blue as Sue, because if it's not, then it's not going to be cool, but it could be a good one. It'll be nice to build out the Fantastic Four. We still need to see a thing though. We'll see about that. Kind of a new thing they showed, which is Black Widow and her motorcycle. We haven't had vehicles at Marvel Legends scale in pretty much forever, other than the Star Wars Black TIE Fighter, which I don't think it actually sold that well, so it's interesting to see this. Granted, it's much smaller than a TIE Fighter. I'm excited for it. This is the kind of thing that breathes a little life into a line. So if they do a good job with this, it's going to be a pretty cool set, as long as it doesn't cost a whole bunch. It'll be a nice set. Even though Black Widow looks kind of basic, it'll be nice to have the bike. Then we also have a new Ghost Rider, which is probably going to feature mostly old parts, but we get the bike, and it does look fantastic. I'm a big fan of the blue look for Ghost Rider. Some people are complaining that it's too blue. I think it looks great. I like that version, and I'm excited to get this. So give me the bike with the fire and the figure with the fire. That's going to make a really nice shelf display. Shelf display. We're going to go with shelf display. There is a 4-pack coming out, which is exclusive, maybe to Amazon. I'm thinking Amazon, of the Defenders. Not the Netflix Defenders, but the other ones. And really the only necessary figure here is Jessica Jones, because the other ones are all pretty much figures we've seen before. Slight variations here and there, obviously, but if you're not too worried about it, you're not going to need them, and then you could sell them off and recoup some of your money. So that's good news for some people. I'll be buying the whole set and keeping them all because it looks like a really cool set, but lots of reused stuff. Speaking of reused stuff, they're releasing these like retro carded figures, which are mostly repaints of existing, or they will be at the time, existing figures, which I'm fine with. I don't have a problem with it, but it's not entirely necessary. So it's going to be a good thing for people who want to collect them, and if you are not interested in collecting them, you're not really missing out, except for some changes. Like you'll see Iron Man's legs look much better here, different pack-ins for accessories like for Captain America, things like that. There's gonna be some value for people who want the sets or set, and then if you don't want them, it's not that big of a deal. So I think that's a pretty good idea. I do find it interesting though, some of the choices they made, like they did the Pizza Spider-Man. I think we've had better ones since then. That was a good figure when it came out, but maybe they could have done a different one. But, you know, what are you going to do? And then Wolverine, brown suit Wolverine again. I mean, we like brown suit Wolverine, and it needs to be this for the classic one, but where's our tiger stripe Wolverine? We need that. We need it. And then we get to see this, which I'm thinking is Build-A-Figure Thanos. I'm not sure. I didn't ask my buddy when he sent me the picture, but we did get to see another Thanos, so we'll see about that. I'm guessing it's a bath, but no big deal if it's not. I'm guessing it will be, though. And then we also got to see these guys, which it's kind of hard to make out what exactly we're looking at, but it looks to me like it's going to be a few movie figures based on Black Panther, so that'll be cool. They generally do a good job with the movie figures, so assuming the movie's going to be good, these will be nice to add to the collection. And one that I'm particularly excited about is a new Apocalypse Build-A-Figure, as long as they give him the size. Please give him a little bit of extra size. This isn't my favorite look for him, but it's close enough to that classic look that I like, so I'm very psyched for this. I can't wait, and I can't wait to see which figures come in his set. If we could just get a whole bunch of X-Men, that'd be so nice. A whole bunch of classic X-Men looks that we haven't had, or that we haven't had good ones of. Oh, that'd be so good. I'm so pumped for that. Then we got to see a 12-inch Black Panther, which looks like it's a pretty good figure overall. It is based on the new movie look, which personally, I like the Civil War look for Panther better. This one has a little bit too much white in the face. I think it looks a little weird. A lot more cat-like, but not quite as cool, if you ask me. But either way, it looks like a really good figure, so that's nice. And the interesting thing about this is it comes with a likeness of Chadwick Boseman, which isn't as good as the one we got at the 112 scale. That 6-inch one looked really good. This doesn't look like him at all. If you close your eyes really tight and then picture him, it looks like him, but if you don't, it doesn't. So it's kind of a bummer. For the people wanting a tiger stripe Wolverine, they did show one that is 12 inches, which does look fantastic. I'll give them that. I'm excited for this. It has the different heads, different hands, shoulder pads. It looks awesome. But it's only in the 12-inch scale so far. Why? Why can't we get a 6-inch tiger stripe Wolverine? It does look fantastic. It looks better than the 6-inch Wolverine that we just got recently. So this is hopeful that it's going to be a 6-inch figure eventually too, but man does that look good. Tell me that's not the best Wolverine costume. There's a 12-inch X-Force, nope. There's a 12-inch Weapon X Deadpool coming out, which if it's like the other Deadpool, it's going to be a flop. Hopefully it's not. I mean, this one definitely has better composition overall with the sleeves, and the black and red looks cool, but if they don't make it better than the other one, it's not going to be a very good figure, so that's kind of a bummer. Same thing is true for the X-Force Deadpool. Mostly the same figure again, so hopefully they improve upon that original one. If they don't, then it's just going to be a repaint of a bad figure. Mostly repaint. It looks like we might have some new bits here and there. So fingers crossed it's good. I mean, I hope every figure they put out is good. I know a lot of you guys like these 12-inch figures, so hopefully it's good for you. I'm not going to buy them, except for Wolverine, but fingers crossed. I hope it's good for you guys, but I don't have high hopes. Just a little bit of hope. And so that'll do it, guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought about these reveals. Some of them are pretty cool, especially that 12-inch Wolverine. I'm very excited about that. And for me, I think Ghost Rider. Those two are the biggest reveals for me, so I'm psyched. Let me know what you guys think. We'll talk about it in the comment section below. And in the meantime, keep collecting.